Everyone, and welcome to another episode of C&C Productions How to Draw Dinosaurs. And in this episode, we're going to be drawing my favorite dinosaur, Carnotaurus. And if you want to know why it's my favorite dinosaur, it's probably because of that movie Disney Dinosaur. And we are now going to draw it. But before we draw it, here's some facts about the Carnotaurus. We know actually a very good deal about this dinosaur. It's one of the best studied abelisaurids, and a complete skeleton of it was found, actually with fossilized skin, which is incredibly rare. It had bumpy skin with spikes sticking out of its back. It had a very deep skull, deep and short like a bulldog, which meant that it had a very good sense of smell, but the strength of its jaws and neck, implied by the muscle attachments, seem at odds with the weakness of its lower jaw and teeth. Which is another interesting fact about the Carnotaurus. Its top jaw was very strong, but its bottom jaw wasn't, and its teeth weren't anchored in very well, which has made some people believe that it was a scavenger, which could very well be true. It definitely wasn't an apex predator of its place, or its area, because there were actually two giant theropods living where Carnotaurus lived, Giganotosaurus and Mapusaurus, and both of them were bigger than T-Rex. The skull of Carnotaurus has an enormous hole in front of the eye sockets known as the, and if I can pronounce this, antorbital fossa. Yeah, all theropods possess this, but only in the abelisaurids is it so large. The head is actually really short and squashed looking, with a shallow, hooked lower jaw. Two horns, which is what gave Carnotaurus its name, stick out sideways from above the eyes, probably used for sparring with rivals. And that's what made Carnotaurus famous. The name Carnotaurus means meat-eating bull, which basically describes the dinosaur. But while its horns were quite large, its arms were pathetically small. They're actually even smaller than T-Rex's. They were basically stumps with just four minuscule fingers sticking out of them. Actually, referring to the skin again, the skin is actually the best known skin that we have of any theropod out there. It's the best preserved. It's pebbly and spiky. Carnotaurus was also extremely fast. It was a speed demon, which is strange looking at it, but it could actually run very fast. Its legs were long and muscular. And there was an article, and I don't quite remember who wrote it, called Carnotaurus the Speed Demon Dinosaur, or something like that. But yeah, if you could say that Tyrannosaurus Rex is a lion, then Carnotaurus was definitely the cheetah. Alrighty, and now we can start drawing it. Now the skull is what makes Carnotaurus unique, and you draw it just like this. Yep, there it is. Actually, I'm going to level that off so it doesn't look like a beak. And before we start the video, I just want to say that I can't sketch. It's just, I got into the habit of just not sketching, so it's my fault. Okay, and make sure the neck is really thick and muscular. And normally at this stage you would pause there and then add a gap, and then you'd add the hands, but this is Carnotaurus' hands. Yeah. Carnotaurus' hands were pathetically small, as mentioned before. And make sure its chest is really deep and thick. It was basically just an overall really powerful, chunky dinosaur. I'm going to draw this one as if it's running, which it probably would. Either way, yeah, I got a bit carried away with that leg. Actually, that leg actually does not look very good at all, so I'll be right back. There. Yeah, I got way carried away with that other leg. Okay, the tail wasn't all that long, and now we add the extra detail. First you add the horns. have it. The gap in the skull, which were actually at both ends. And now, the spikes. And we do know for a fact that Carnotaurus did have spikes on it. So you want to add those on your drawing. And another quick thing, in the movie Disney Dinosaur, Carnotaurus was made out to be this gigantic apex, which it was not. Carnotaurus was most likely a scavenger, and it was only about 25 to 30 feet long. I mean, I say only, that's still pretty big. But it wasn't a giant killer like it was in the movie. In the movie, it was actually bigger than Spinosaurus, and Spinosaurus was the biggest theropod that ever lived. So there you go. And now you add just a little bit more detail. Say it in all the videos, the more detail you can add, the better, because it'll make your drawing go from good to great. And they're just picking at the leg a little bit. Now here you just want to pronounce the toes. And draw the claws, and that there. Alright. There, okay. Alright, now, there you have it. That's your basic outline for the Carnotaurus. And now, we're going to color this bad boy in. Now, the color scheme that I've chosen has the following colors. You have maroon, red, black, and gray. And as I said before, you do not need to follow this exact color scheme. If you want to color it in your way, there is no right or wrong way to color in a dinosaur, because we don't know what their colors were. So you can choose whatever colors you want and color it up. But in this, if you want to use this color scheme, then just keep watching. And that's the red. I know it looks, or I think at least it looks neon. It looks like it's glowing neon. It's just regular red. I don't know why it looks like it's glowing neon. Okay. Now you take the black. Add like a tear mark behind the Carnotaurus' eyes. And add that then, and then fill it out like a rounded with maroon. Go. And then the rest of it you color in gray. Not real hard, just a light coloring of gray. And there you go. You're finished. Carnotaurus sestre. And there you have it. Well, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. I have some other dinosaur how to draw videos on my channel if you want to check them out. And if you have any other suggestions, leave them in the box. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.